Welcome to Map Your Mind. Travel through the world with your brain. Cyprus, an island where the sea is never far from sight, and where every stone has felt the footsteps of conquerors, poets, and pilgrims. Here, the sun paints the mountains in gold, and the Mediterranean whispers stories older than memory. It is a land of olive groves and ancient ruins, where myths breathe through the wind, and where history has been shaped by empires and tides. Long before there were borders, before there were names on maps, Cyprus was already alive with people. The first settlers arrived over 10,000 years ago, bringing with them tools, seeds, and the will to survive. They built small communities along the coast and inland plains, shaping the land with terraces for crops and carving their lives into the rock. They mined copper from the earth, so much that the very name Cyprus is linked to the word for copper itself. And with copper came trade. By 1400 BCE, the island was a key hub of the ancient world. Mycenaean Greeks came across the sea, bringing their language, their gods, and their art. They founded city kingdoms like Salamis and Paphos, weaving Greek culture into the island's DNA. It was here that Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, was said to have risen from the waves, a legend still tied to a real, jagged rock on the southern coast. But Cyprus's beauty made it a prize that others wanted to claim. The Assyrians ruled it for a time, then the Egyptians, then the Persians. Each empire left its mark, reshaping laws, architecture, and trade. When Alexander the Great swept through the region in 333 BCE, Cyprus became part of his vast empire, and after his death, it passed to the Ptolemaic kings of Egypt. In 58 BCE, Rome arrived. Under the Roman Empire, Cyprus flourished. Roads were built, cities thrived, and Christianity began to take root. The Apostle Paul himself is said to have walked these streets. When Rome split, Cyprus fell under the Eastern Roman, or Byzantine, Empire. For nearly 800 years, the Byzantines guarded the island against Arab raids, earthquakes, and rival claimants. Churches rose, decorated with mosaics that still glimmer today. But in 1191, during the Crusades, Richard the Lionheart of England captured Cyprus on his way to the Holy Land. He soon sold it to the Knights Templar, who then passed it to the French Lusignan dynasty. For almost 300 years, Cyprus was ruled by the Lusignans, blending Western European medieval culture with the island's Greek heritage. But the Ottomans, rising to power across the eastern Mediterranean, had their eyes on Cyprus. In 1571, after a bloody siege, the Ottoman Empire claimed the island, bringing Islamic culture, new architecture, and fresh layers to Cyprus's identity. Centuries later, in 1878, the British took administrative control, though the Ottomans still technically ruled. By 1914, as World War I erupted, Britain formally annexed Cyprus. Under British rule, modern infrastructure grew, but so did tensions. Many Greek Cypriots dreamed of enosis, union with Greece. Turkish Cypriots, fearing marginalization, resisted. The mid-20th century was a storm. A guerrilla campaign for independence erupted in the 1950s. In 1960, Cyprus finally became an independent republic, with power sharing between Greek and Turkish communities. But the fragile peace shattered in 1974 when a coup backed by the Greek military sought union with Greece. Turkey responded with a military intervention, occupying the northern third of the island. The result was a divided Cyprus, a division that still stands today, with the Republic of Cyprus in the south and the Turkish-controlled north, separated by a MYM buffer zone. Yet despite this split, Cyprus thrives. In the south, bustling cities like Nicosia, Limassol, and Larnaca hum with commerce, tourism, and cultural festivals. In the north, ancient castles and quiet beaches offer a different, more secluded charm. The island's cuisine blends Greek, Turkish, and Middle Eastern flavors, halloumi cheese sizzling on the grill, fresh seafood at the harbor, and sweet baklava dripping with honey. Cyprus is more than its politics. It is the scent of jasmine at night. It is the music of bouzouki strings drifting from a taverna. It is the way the sun dips into the sea, as if the horizon itself were melting into gold. Here, modern life and ancient myth live side by side. Fun fact, Cyprus is the only country to feature its map on its own flag, a proud reminder of the island's unique identity. Where will your mind travel next?